Now, have you learnt any new skills during lockdown? I know some members of our church family have been. Sonia and Greg have been learning to juggle. We've seen Sonia's progress on Instagram over the past days, and she tells me that she's now progressed on to learning to do some tricks. And also Greg has learnt to juggle, so we're looking forward to seeing that. Also Bob, another member of our church family, has got his paints out and has been doing some painting. Now, I can't say that I've learnt to juggle or that I've had my paints out, but I have learnt a little trick that I'd just like to show you now. And it's a trick that makes me think about our Bible reading, because it's called Now You See It, Now You Don't. Now, I've got here this little gadget, and I'm going to get this 20p piece and I'm going to put it inside the hole. Okay, so now you see the 20p piece. I'm going to stick it here inside the casing. So now you see the 20p piece, and now you don't. See? The idea of seeing something and then it disappearing, as I said, leads us into our Bible reading, which this morning comes from John and chapter 21 and verses 1 to 14. Afterwards, Jesus appeared again to his disciples by the Sea of Tiberias. It happened this way. Simon Peter, Thomas called Didymus, Nathanael from Cana in Galilee, the sons of Zebedee, and 2 other disciples were together. "I'm going out to fish," Simon Peter told them, and they said, "We'll go with you." So they went out and got into the boat, but that night they caught nothing. Early in the morning, Jesus stood on the shore, but the disciples didn't realise that it was Jesus. He called out to them, "Friends, haven't you any fish?" "No," they answered. He said, "Throw your net on the right side of the boat and you will find some." When they did, they were unable to haul the net in because of the large number of fish. Then the disciple whom Jesus loved said to Peter, "It is the Lord." As soon as Simon Peter heard him say, "It is the Lord," he wrapped his outer garment around him, for he had taken it off, and jumped into the water. The other disciples followed in the boat, towing the net full of fish, for they were not far from the shore, about 100 yards. When they landed, they saw a fire burning, and coals with fish on it, and some bread. Jesus said to them, "Bring some of the fish you have just caught." Simon Peter climbed aboard and dragged the net ashore. It was full of large fish, 153. But even with so many, the net was not torn. Jesus said to them, "Come and have breakfast." None of the disciples dared ask him, "Who are you?" They knew it was the Lord. Jesus came, took the bread and gave it to them, and did the same with the fish. This was now the 3rd time Jesus appeared to his disciples after he was raised from the dead. Amen.